Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So for this AFK journey video, we're gonna finally do it, right? Use our A-level swap ticket on our free-to-play account to swap out Valka for Faramor right here. So Faramor is going to be really strong for the bossing side of things, and despite Valka having a pretty decent, I'll say like true damage kit, it is nowhere near where Faramor can do, and in most cases I think Faramor is going to be this Lily May of this season, at least based on what we are seeing so far, both on the AFK stages as well as the damage related contents. So we're going to use our swap ticket right here. So a few other reasons why I'm also swapping Valka over Faramor is because Valka is one of the first units from the Chains of Eternity season. So if this unit turns out to be really good in the next season, this unit will be one of the first units to come to the seasonal store based on past experience. So this is where we will be able to purchase the shards of this unit and then power it up first, because Faramor is the unit that came on the third quarter. So if you don't change him now, he might be a unit that will not be so accessible for you moving forward. So that's why I'm using my swap ticket now. Another reason why I decided to use my A-level swap ticket is because in the previous season, right, I still have my Waves of Intrigue seasonal tickets, and as you guys can see, for the Waves of Intrigue season there were 4 A-level characters, and the same thing happened for the Chains of Eternity season, where there's only also 4 A-level characters, and out of these 4, I think Faramor's probably the best A-level so far and should be the best A-level this season. So that's why we're gonna do it, and let's put Valka here and put our Faramor here. Okay, without regret, let's go. Confirm, and we transfer everything over. So when you do this swap itself, you just want 1 copy of Faramor, so you don't have any leftover shards from the transfer itself, because they'll just upgrade the tiers fully, and then whatever shards remaining to push the unit to the next tier will still stay on that unit. So do take note of that if you're using your swap ticket. Okay, so that's that. We have our Faramor upgraded. Let's test a few game modes with our upgraded Supreme Plus EX10 Faramor right here. Let's go. Okay, so before we start, Faramor's EX weapon skill is as such, Bitter Requiem right here. So it allows him to convert his normal attacks into Glorious Embrace, which allows him to do true damage with the additional shielding itself. Although there's a cap to the shielding, but most importantly, the true damage conversion is what makes him insanely powerful for damage dealing, especially against all the endless bosses. So that's for the EX weapon skill. So these are the different stat lines over here. 15 haste, 16.8 physical and magical defense. This is the EX10 by the way. 15% HP, 6 vitality, meaning he gets more heal and shielding from himself as well as other allies, with 19.8% attack. Pretty good EX weapon stats. And then for the charms, we didn't actually talk too much about it yesterday, but this charm actually synergizes with him insanely well, because this charm restores energy per second, right? So for his skill, he casts a skill and he needs to consume energy to maintain the magical circle right here, as you guys can see, right? Consumes 120. So when you factor in the self regen as well as the energy regen when the opponent hits him, and any potential source to increase his energy regen, he's able to keep the magical circle up with all this different kit combined together. So for this one, the recommended charm is as such, right? We're going to use the mythic charm over here for haste as well as skill power. So haste probably to cast his skills a little bit faster for more spams, and skill power to buff up his other skills in the form of the second and the third skill. The true damage for more damage over here with more shielding, and also the attack buff for the allies and himself. So yeah, pretty good stuff in terms of the charms. And then last but not least, once a total of 900 energy is restored through this effect, you're able to increase the caster's ultimate damage by 50% for the rest of the battle. So yeah, his ultimate is true damage, massive nuke over here. So if you increase that, yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage. So that's with regards to the charm. Now let's move on to the Dream Realm side. So yesterday I was playing him on Mr. Pete's account. Yesterday's boss was Snow Stomper, right? So Snow Stomper had Faramor's inclusion into the best team, as you guys can see from the damage. So I'm assuming Faramor's going to be pretty decent for damage side of things, and then we're going to try Faramor with Lone Gaze. So my best score right now before we start testing is as such, okay, 78 build with this team setup. So we're going to compete with Resto in terms of the damage output. Looking at this, I might be replacing Shakir in the slot itself, cause like I think Mikola's buff is also really good. Shakir's buff is insanely good, by the way. Although giving energy regen to Faramor is going to... Okay, but it's going to buff up this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to give energy regen to our Faramor. And then we buff up the illusion Fresto. Okay, let's just try this out and see how it works against the boss. So we want to run through how the gameplay is like. Okay, so Faramor casts the ultimate. Okay, one thing about Long Gaze is that Long Gaze might actually jump out from the circle, right? So once there's no enemies within the circle, the true damage conversion from his Supreme Plus skill might not be as efficient. So that's probably one thing that reduces his efficiency. But it seems like my damage number is going off the roof right now because we have more than half the time remaining and we are already at 50 bill right here. Okay, this is insane. So this is just me taking out Shakir for Faramor for this team over here. Not the most optimized team. I'm pretty sure someone out there who has the time and the brain power can figure out a much stronger team compared to this one. Yeah, and at the same time, if you take a look at Faramor, you can see that the energy is always like at the full state because he's taking damage, he's dealing damage, and he's also regening with his charm for that energy, consistency, and sustain for the ultimate. Yeah, insane stuff. Okay, we're gonna go at 3 times. Okay, and then run through the damage numbers later. So like, the moment, right? I was at 50 plus seconds and I did like 40 plus bill worth of damage. This guy is broken as heck. Yeah, so we took out Shakir, repositioned the Fresto for a little bit, gave the energy regen to Faramor to keep his permanent uptime on the ultimate itself. And then this is Faramor with the savvy support. Let's take a look at the damage. Okay guys, this guy's damage is insanely good in this season. Yeah, so that's Faramor. That's for the Dream Realm side. I guess this one run is enough to showcase his damage prowess. Let us move on to the other game modes itself. Okay, so we have Guild Supremacy unlocked. Let's claim the rewards here. Let's just give him a try and just take a look at, you know, what we can change for this team and what are the, I'll say, like positioning changes we might want to do. So we are using the Mauler tiles. I'm thinking, do I want to use the... But Walder's tile is not that good for this boss specifically. Although, there could be a possibility that... I mean, this is my best team, by the way. There could be a possibility that we want to run the Celestial Hydrogen tile, but my twins are not that developed. Neither is my Tailin. So my damage will probably suck there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out Sinbad. And then we are gonna put in our Faramor right here. Yeah. Actually, Faramor buffing up Sonya is also not bad because Sonya is quite a decent damage dealer as well. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna give it a try, okay? Let's start the battle. See how the positioning is like. And then we see the final damage distribution later. Okay, so this positioning will allow Shakir's aura to cover all the allies. Very, very nice stuff. Faramor is buffing up our Sonya. Sonya is buffing up Faramor as well as OD. Mikola's aura is able to cover Shakir as well as Faramor. I think hopefully it covers OD as well. I think it should cover OD. Yeah, because OD has quite a bit of buffs on top of him. Okay, quite a fair bit of damage now. Half the time. So I think the battle will just go like this. We're going to skip it and go to the damage numbers. Oof. Ooh. Okay, I don't know what's the top gauge, but yeah, my Sinbad did more damage than OD if I remember correctly. But if you just compare between OD, my OD is EX25, he has a charm. Faramor's EX10, so it could be a lot stronger with EX15 as well. Who knows? But this is the result for the bossing side for the Glyphshade. So then, let's move on to the PvE side. So wow, there's quite a fair bit of damage. So for the PvE side, yesterday we did a few testing, but right here, I was actually thinking of this potential comp with our Faramor, right? With the Sonya buff as well as the Mikola melee support. because we have the control from our Iron Armors combo. We have the damage output from Faramor to boost us. Right now, unfortunately, we died there. Okay, Sonya died, so probably not the best comp, right? Like, could have a better combination right here. Okay, tell you what, let's do some sustain for our Faramor with the Who, and then put in an Arden. Yeah. Or we put in a Bonnie, right? And then we put in an Arden. Yeah, then we just go full damage with regards to Harmonic Spell. Yeah, I had a lot of fun yesterday, but it was with Pete's account, which is really strong. So like, this is my own free-to-play account right here, a little bit weaker, and we have a lot of units not as built up. So if I have twins built up, I think I'll just put twins in, slap twins for the sustain. But it seems like yeah, this combo works as well. Of course, Harmonic has Life Drain, so Life Drain allows my unit to have some sort of HP regen as well, and then we have all the debuffs and damage onto the opponent, and looks like we cleared this stage really easily. Okay, let's take a look at the damage output, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run at auto and see how many stages we can clear with this team setup right here, and let's go. Okay, so with regards to Faramor right now we're at 2005. I think this unit is going to be quite dominant this season, because for the current state of the game, Dream Realm as well as Glyphshade and a few other bossing contents like Ravage Realm and future contents that are more damage centric will probably feature this character. So if you take a look at his damage output so far, shared by different sources as well as my own run, he's insanely powerful. So he has his utility right now. And the thing about this unit has everything that's good about a damage dealer, right? First of all, the opponent cannot heal within the circle. So if you have healing enemies, insanely powerful. And yeah, he has a lot of damage, true damage conversion, and the ability to buff up the allies. So I'll be testing him a little bit more today because I'm heading out like in a little bit. So we will actually do like sort of like a 1-day playthrough impression of him later on for the PSA video. So stay tuned for that. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.